If you are struggling and you're broke,
exactly,
you should not, disservice yourself to please other people.
What's poppin', y'all? We are back with another episode of Chatty Chit Chats podcast with your girl Chatty. Today I got my friend Meme in the house.
Hey guys. Thank you. I'm really happy to be on this episode. I mean, the lineup of questions, I really can't wait to dig in.
Yes, let's get right into them. So we're going to be talking a little bit about finances. We got to talk about the coins today. First question is, how do you navigate finances in a relationship?
I like how we're starting the first question with money.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, everyone wants to get the bag. Everyone wants to stack up your coins.
Right.
But when it comes to relationship dynamics, you have to understand that you're more like in a partnership with your partner, right? And, even though people see finance discussions as something that is very sensitive, navigating it can be something that can be challenging to some people. And how I would like to approach this is, have a conversation with your partner, right? Bring all the financial aspect of your career or your business to the table. You can put up a budget and stick to that budget. There's sometimes you have a budget and then someone wants to have a trip in Bali.
Yeah.
And you have to curtail them and all of that. But the most important thing is being able to support each other in that aspect of money, because you have to support each person's strength. Sometimes your partner can bring 70% and you can bring 30%. Other times you can only bring 20%. And you have to rely on your partner to bring 80%. So it's more or less like a partnership in a relationship. And because finance is very sensitive, you have to be able to talk about it, So it's as simple as having a budget, knowing how much you make, knowing how much your partner makes. And, there was something I was telling someone the other day. I said, 2-income household is just gold.
Yeah, it is, trust me.
And the way the economy is right now, one person, it's really hard to just navigate life with your own personal income. But if you're in a relationship, you should be able to have a very understanding partnership,
right,
and be able to contribute and support each other.
Yeah, I think it's important to make sure, in the early stages of you guys know that you're leveling up in your relationship and it's time to start talking about finances, because maybe you're going to move in together or making financial decisions together. I think that it's important to talk about those things, and also to talk about situations where, if I was to lose my job or you were to lose your job, what would happen? Like she said, it's very, very, I think people that have two, three, whatever income households are lucky.
Super lucky.
Yeah, it's not easy out here, for real. Everybody trying to get a point.
You mentioned something that has actually happened to someone that I know. Sometimes you encounter unforeseen circumstances, like losing your job, right? So if you're in a relationship and you've not really prioritized having that financial conversation with your partner, it would get tough if something bad happens to you, losing your job or a health crisis. So it's always best, I advise people that if you're in a relationship and you shy away from having that money talk, you're only delaying the inevitable.
Exactly.
You gotta bring it to the table. You gotta, be vulnerable about having that finance conversation. Hey, this is how much I make,
right? And
this is how much you make, and we can invest this amount. We can save this amount, and it all boils down to planning.
Yeah, 100%.
That's the best way to navigate it.
Yeah, a lot of relationships are failing because of finances, because of money, because of situations like we just said, somebody gets sick and the other person's like, I can't handle all this, I'm out. Or arguments are happening because you both are not agreeing on who should do what or how much should be split and all that stuff. I think another thing that's important is discussing, it is important to make sure you have your own money, but when you're with a partner, maybe working on having a bank account that you both share, your individual bank accounts and then whatever else outside of that. But I feel like it's important to not just put everything together and make sure that you always have your individual funds. But yeah, I think discussing all of that is very, very important. Like, don't hide accounts and all this stuff. Like, I mean, it's not my business. It's not my business.
No, I also think that as an individual, you should also be accountable to yourself. Have your own account with your own money. But again, you're not in an individualistic relationship.
Right.
You're in a relationship with somebody else. So while you have your stuff together, have something together with your partner.
Exactly.
Diversify your income.
Yes. There's a thing that I grew up, like my mom always said, like have mad money, which I don't remember what the acronym stands for. Put in the comments if y'all know. They say like always have, and I think in any relationship or space or place, you should always have like a little something put to the side that's just for you.
In Nigeria, they call it VEX money.
VEX money, mad money. Okay, you see, like, so we all know about it in just different contexts. But yeah, I think it's important to have that. I'm not necessarily saying hide that from your partner. You could tell them about it because at the end of the day, it's your money. But yeah, having conversations about finances is going to always bless your relationship.
That's it. Money is important. Money talks, money conversation is very critical. If you really, if you value the person you're dating, it's important to have that money conversation.
So what about if like you and your partner are disagreeing on those money talks? Like for example, I'm saying let's open a savings account together, and you're like, why do we let's just put all of our money together. And what if we have those kind of like how would somebody resolve that?
Well, the first thing is to understand your priorities in that relationship. If the goal is to buy a house in a couple of years, having a joint account to get to that goal will be key. If the goal is to have trust funds for your kids, having that joint account to get to that goal will get you there. So it's what's important right now. What do we need money for? Yeah. And of course, if it's important to me, it should be important to you as my partner. Yeah. And it's more like having that goal and how can both of us achieve that goal. It's not just let's have a joint account for joint account's sake. Right. What's the reason? Yeah, you have to be able to justify
let's write it out.
Your reason, right? So if you want to get the latest Tesla, you have a joint account to achieve that goal.
To plan that exactly.
Yeah. So it's priorities, right? Well, what do we need right now? What do we need to achieve in the long term, the short term, and then you have accounts for that purpose.
Yeah, exactly. I think just to wrap it up, I'll just go back to what you said in the beginning a little bit about being vulnerable, about talking about these things. I think it comes with trust. So you need to make sure that you're in a relationship that you have that trust with your partner where you even feel comfortable talking about your personal finances and what's going on. And I feel like if you have trust in your relationship, it will be easier to talk about those things with your spouse. And if you guys have a plan and you guys have spoke about those things, and yeah.
Absolutely. Trust is the fundamental factor. Yeah. There's been instances where people get into a relationship and they're literally competing with their income. Yeah. 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 Or exactly having like tensions and all that. So trust is the most important factor in a relationship, and each person creating that safe space for each other to have vulnerable conversations around money. Right. Would definitely go a long way.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that. And that's a really great question. Great question. Hey, this is a chatty break. Are you enjoying this podcast? Be sure to like and share with a friend. Also, send in your relationship questions and scenarios to Chatty Chit Chats on Instagram to possibly be anonymously featured on the podcast. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, be sure to check out the visual podcast on YouTube sometime. Thank you so much for your support on Chatty Chit Chats podcast. We will now resume this episode. The next question, let's get into it. So this was written in by someone. Okay, I have a friend who is always asking to borrow money. Oh, so this is a friendship question. Friendship relationship. I have a friend who's always asking to borrow money. I don't mind it when I can, but I also want to slow this new idea of support because I'm ultimately broke and struggling too. How do I ask her to stop asking me without hurting our friendship? Wow, that's a loaded question. Loaded, like a potato, like a baked potato.
I like how we started the finance question first in relationship context.
Right.
And now this is a friendship context.
Right.
And honestly, there's no better way to say it, because if you are struggling and you're broke,
exactly,
you should not, disservice yourself to please other people.
Exactly.
As long as the person is your friend, they will understand that, okay, I understand you don't have this. I know if you did have it, you will lend or support. But if you tell your friend in a very respectful way, they should be able to understand.
Yeah.
Because first of all, friendship means coming through for each other. That's like, what friendship is all about. But if you're in a situation where you're struggling and you're broke, and you communicate that to your friend, and they don't understand, or they get upset, then I don't think that person was your friend in the first place.
Yeah,
it's just undercover hater.
Yeah, I agree too. Like, I also think like always asking for money. This is to the friend. If you're the friend, if you're the person always asking your friend every minute for money, okay, sometimes have a little bit of a mind. Like, use your conscience. Like, we're all struggling out here. We all don't have it. Unless you have a friend that's like filthy rich, and they're just like, that's crazy if they're your friend and they see you're broke and they're filthy rich. So that's another story. But I just feel like have a mind, because we all don't have it. Like, if you've asked your friends like maybe a few times in a short space of time, give it a rest. Maybe go to another support system. Like, I understand that it's hard, and closed mouths don't get fed. So ask, when you need something. It's definitely okay to ask, but I think like just be mindful. Yeah,
be mindful, and also be considerate.
Yeah.
Because if you're always asking somebody for help every single time, at a point you become a burden to that person. 100%. You don't want to be that kind of friend where people will shy away from you and not pick your calls, right? No, you want to be able to get your stuff together.
Exactly.
But to the other person who wishes to address this money borrowing with your friend, I think that you have to just tell them what it is.
Yeah.
And I believe that if they're your friend, they will understand. They must understand.
Yeah.
It's a different situation if you had the money.
Yeah.
If you had the money, of course. But if you don't have,
what can you do?
I don't have, right? It's just, some people struggle with no.
This is self-advocate. This is all about advocating for yourself at this point. Like, you have to stand up for yourself. It's called standing up for yourself. And some people do struggle with saying no, and all those things. They don't very much people pleasers and stuff. That just comes from different environments, how you're raised or whatever. Yeah. But that's something that you have to learn to develop and start speaking up for yourself. And you can do it in the kindest, most respectful ways. And again, if somebody doesn't want to take it, that's not your business. Like,
yeah, but you should be able to tell someone that you're not able to help at the moment, especially when it's so consistent and all they do is ask you for money. I'll
be looking at my phone like, there she go again. Hey girl, swipe to the left. I'll answer you later. It's annoying.
Exactly. You don't want to be that friend, right? You don't want to be that friend where people are not picking your calls because they know that you're going to ask them for money.
Yeah, every time. Yeah. And also make sure that if you are that friend and you're asking somebody that often, that you're actually a friend that cares about them. Like, do you check on them too? Or is it every time you message them, it's like, oh, you got $20, $40? Like,
we also need to talk about the aspect of being entitled to your friend's money.
Yeah,
because
great follow-up.
No, that's also something very common in friendships. They got people who will ask other people for money, and when you don't support or give them what they want, it becomes a problem, right? How do you think?
Snip
just cut
it off. What the hell? It's 2024. I ain't got the coins. You gonna beat the coins out of me? What you want? I don't get it.
No, this is real life stuff.
Yeah, I know.
People get entitled, and
because they think friendship is like, they don't really understand what friendship is.
In a friendship dynamic, you should never disservice yourself to please other people. If you had it,
do what you can.
Yeah, if you have it and you want to support, fine. But if you don't have it, you don't have it.
100%.
And there's no two way about it. So it's either the friend understands or they don't leave you alone.
I think we fully answered that question. You guys can drop some comments down below if there's anything different you could think this person could do. But I feel like that's really it. Just speak up, boo. Communication.
Yeah.
You can write a letter. text, send some mail, email,
call.
Exactly. Okay, so the next one. Ooh, okay, so I'm in a relationship with someone who has a different religious belief than I do. Should I end this before it really starts? Can this sort of thing work out?
It's a very, very sizzling question because, from where I come from, that's a big deal.
Where do you come from?
So I'm Nigerian, right?
Okay.
And it's a very big deal. Like, people don't get to marry because of different religious beliefs. And, as much as I advocate for intercultural relationships and marriages, because that's how you can, like, get involved in another person's culture, get to learn their culture and all of that. But these are conversations you should have at the beginning of the relationship.
Yes.
Like, most people fail to do that. They wait till they're like 3 years in the relationship.
When I have kids now you want to talk about how we gonna raise the kids.
So this is something that you have to talk about in the beginning of the relationship. There are people that it's a deal breaker.
100%. And that's okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
But you have to do it in the beginning. Don't let it stay, or don't let it get into months.
Don't avoid the topic.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Don't avoid it.
It's also synonymous to genotype, for example.
Right.
You know that this is a deal breaker for you if you go ahead with a relationship that has, a genotype that might not be compatible with you, but you ignore that conversation and let it stay till the point where, okay, it's time to get married.
Right. And now it's an issue.
It's an issue. Right. So you got to address those kinds of sensitive things early on. Yeah,
100%. Can this sort of thing work out? Yeah, it can. Like she said, if you start talking about it from early and you guys make plans of like, and also I think where it wouldn't work out is if you're like both very like deeply rooted in your religion. That might not work out because obviously then that might be considered something wrong in your religion, so it all just depends on the person, the individual, your relationship, how open you guys are, and how much you're willing to sacrifice of your religion for each other. Some people are converting their whole religion for somebody they love, and they don't even know what they're getting into. They're like, "Yep, I'm Muslim tonight. I love you." Like, girl.
Yeah, no, I mean, it depends on how extreme you are in your religion. Right. If you're just surface level, some people, they don't really care. Right. They just, as long as I love this person and this person loves me back, that's it. While there are other people who are really extreme, and it's like it's deeply rooted in their upbringing. They must, like, their parents did this, and they must also carry that kind of marital situation. So religious. Some people compromise and say, hey, I really don't care if you're not in my religion. I love you, so let's just get married. Yeah. Some other people, it's like, no, my mom did this, I have to do it too. So,
and with those people, you will be able to tell that that's how they are. They'll be talking about church a lot, talking about this, talking about that. They'll be talking about their religion a lot. They'll be going to activities like that a lot. They'll be trying to include you or trying to get you to, So I feel like you'll be able to tell how deep someone is into their religion. But it's conversation. Yeah. You might not know too, so don't guess. Yeah. Just talk about it. But I think it may not, maybe not.
But it's something you have to really talk about in the early stages of the relationship.
100%. Okay, let's go to the next one. Please help. They got exclamation marks. It's our 1-year anniversary. She's sentimental. What kind of gift suggestions can you share? Oh, that's cute. Valentine's Day is coming.
No, the perfect gift, or let me not say the perfect gift, but I mean, one of the perfect gifts that I have come to realize that a lot of women love is written letters. Like, you know, pouring out your heart in a very nicely done letter. Yeah. It sounds, small, but it's a lot. Like, being able to communicate your feelings in writing.
Yes, 100%. I agree with that. I feel like it's so intimate, it's so personal, and it's individual for you. Like, nobody else is having that letter. It's just for me. Yeah. But I think it's also the effort for me then, because like it's so easy to go buy something.
For me too, it's the effort. Like, for people who know me, it's always the effort. I don't care if you want to buy something huge. Like, most likely I'll be able to afford that myself.
Right. Okay, big baller.
I tell my friends, I'm like, look, it's the effort for me. Right. It's the small things. It's the little things that, really makes my heart skip. Yeah. So, and I believe that for some women, it's like that. I mean, there are other people who like extravagant stuff, like big teddy bears and,
Right, the chocolates and everything.
Yeah.
I actually have a small gift that I'll share after, just for those who are actually looking to maybe do a letter, but they also want to purchase something. But do you want to add anything else to your letter?
No, if you're guys.
And make sure you add a kiss on the letter or spray a little perfume.
Valentine's Day is one of the times where you can really show how much you love the other person, but don't think about it too much, right? If you feel like, this person you're dating or this person you're trying to get their attention is someone who is simple and all of that, just get something simple for them.
Yeah, listen to or follow their energy, because you kind of can tell what their love language is.
You can definitely tell what they like and what will make them smile.
Right.
Some people like the extravagant things, and there are other people who just want the small things. Like, something that you put together with your hands. That sends a different signal.
That you took time to do, like a painting. You painted that for me.
That sends a different signal. So
yeah, I think also too, people should pay attention to, like, when you're gifting someone, pay attention to not your love language, their love language. And I think when you're thinking about that, like getting a good gift for someone or doing something for someone, think about what, like, if it was her, you would already know from talking to her from the beginning, I love letters. So I already know we write a letter, like, because that's what she wants. That versus I wanted to buy her this, but this is what's going to make her happy. She might like the gift, but this is what she wants. Might seem small, but it's not.
It's not, again, it's the thoughts. It's the entire process of putting that letter together, putting that painting together, that really, really matters. Yeah. Right? So I think people need to pay attention to what their partner likes and use that to make them happy. Use that to surprise them. A lot of times people use their own interests.
Right.
And, try to use that to make their partners happy or get a surprise gift for them. No. Right. You gotta pay attention to what they say, how they react to certain things. It could even be how they react to stuff when they watch a movie. Right. Right? So it's those very tiny details. And then you use that to, surprise them on their birthday or Valentine's Day.
Exactly. Okay, so now for us materialistic effers. I think that there's a lot of great ways to manage gifts in your relationship. Get a notepad, okay? This notepad, get a little notes app on your phone or something. When you're talking to your partner, tell them anytime that you're online and you see anything that you like, just send me. Don't worry about it, but just send me the link. I just want to save it. I'm just saving some things. And then when it's time for those special occasions, her birthday, just whenever, because sometimes you can just get your girl stuff for no reason, or your man, whatever it is. Like, you don't have to have a reason. That's another thing. But yeah, when you're deciding, you can go through that list, and now you have stuff that this person actually said they want. Outside of that, a great gift idea that I think that's a physical gift that is, I don't want to say affordable or not, because I don't know, everybody's status is different, but for somebody who may have a little coin they want to spend on their partner, I think that those little trinket bracelets, the Pandora bracelets, like for a woman. I don't know, men might want to wear it. I don't know. I ain't gonna speak for y'all. They got necklaces too. I don't know. Those little trinket bracelets, and they come with the little charms. You can get one of those, and then every anniversary, every whatever, she gets an extra charm that you picked. Now every year she can look back and say, I got this charm for this anniversary, this charm. Like, I think that's so cute, and it's an everlasting gift. It's and so things. Intimate. Like, that stuff to me is so, I'm like, oh my God, I have every single one. Like, I love that.
No, it's I mean, coming from a woman myself, it's very easy to make a woman happy.
Look at how gushy I'm already getting tired. Like, I want my Pandora bracelet now.
It's very easy to get a woman happy. You just gotta pay attention.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, I love it though. I think that's a great question. I think it's cute that you asked this question. That means that you care. I hope that whatever you do get for her is something that is not just what we said, but it's something you took time, effort to prepare and things like that. Also, don't rush. I hate when people like plan your gifts out. Like, take your time, and her birthday, her or his birthday's coming up in a few months. Start thinking about it. Start figuring out, because the more time you have to plan, the better the gift is. The more time you've had to write that letter out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? To kiss on the letter, rub it all upon you. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's very critical to plan it out. Don't rush. You
Mm-hmm.
you rush, you get something that is just for the celebratory aspect.
Just to do it. It didn't mean as much.
It didn't mean as much,
Yeah.
right? So don't rush. I mean,
that's what we care about.
Valentine's Day is coming, her birthday is coming. You get enough time to really think deeply what will make this person like. Sometimes
well, maybe not enough time. I don't know when this episode's coming out.
But I see some people, and I see some people on social media and how they prepare like very thoughtful gifts for their partners,
sweet.
like
And very affordable. There's a very affordable
and,
things.
oh, maybe the girlfriend or the boyfriend just turned 30, and it's like 30 reasons why I love you.
Yeah, letters, 30 little letters, like read for the next year. I seen even something like that where they had like all the letters for the whole year, read every one a month or something.
Those things I really felt
so sweet. Like you took all this time. Like, oh. Anyways, okay, guys, we getting too mushy gushy. We're wearing pink. Well, I'm wearing pink. You're wearing red for love. So I guess it's a love episode. Anyways, guys, we're gonna actually end off this episode. Are we gonna have you back?
Of course, I enjoyed this. I think like that. There's a lot of other topics that we need to catch up on. So why not?
For sure. Okay.
I love having conversations like this. So why not?
Yeah. Welcome to Chatty Chit Chats. Okay. Welcome to Chatty Chit Chats. First of all, where can we find you?
I mean, I'm on social media, the Digital May and Twitter.
Okay, I'm gonna put her information somewhere down here and also in the description box. You guys go check her out. And for everybody watching, make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment everything in this video. Just everything in this video. And I will see you guys in the next one.
See you guys. Bye.